brother Kashakwala coming back at you with another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Chakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone to rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Oh, man. I know brothers in Atlanta know how I feel about the WNBA, but here's some news just with this Brittany Griner stuff, because we know, 6, 7, 8 months ago, I don't know how long ago, she was in prison in the Russian prison because her dumbass, I don't care what the amount of it was, her dumbass brought cannabis oil into another country. All right. First off, let me just get the venting process out because I want this to be more edifying than. First off, if you're going into another country, if you go into another state, you got to understand that there's different state laws and country laws and regulations that you have to abide by. You're no longer in America. So just because America legalizes cannabis doesn't mean Russia does. So you're, in a sense, smuggling drugs into another country, which is your idiotic fault. All right, that's your fault. So you going to prison was justified. So WNBA star Brittany Griner freed in U.S. Russia prisoner swap. That's all I'm going to read from this article, just the title. And I want to play this clip from CNN because everybody in America knows that this was probably the dumbest trade America could do. The dumbest trade. That shows you where the mindset of America is and why America is going to tank.
Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout is on the ground in Moscow after being released in that prisoner swap with a WNBA star Brittany Griner. Video on Russian state media showed his return from the United States. He had been, of course, in U.S. prison in part for plotting to kill Americans. Bout telling a Russian reporter that he was surprised by the release. Here he is.
In the middle of the night, they simply woke me up and said, "Get your things together," and that was it. There was no preliminary information.
And there he is. He's got a lot of life ahead of him, as you can see. Matthew Chance is out front, and Matthew, you've been covering.
Yeah, I can't stand Edomite women either. Like, shut your little smart ass comments up because you know America's retarded and you're a part of America. But anywho,
Bout for years. The Russians tonight see this as a major victory.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, it's a major victory. You big-headed Edomite.
I mean, one of the people that was there greeting Viktor Bout, along with his mother and his wife, was a Russian parliamentarian. And she said this is a capitulation by the United States, an acknowledgement that, first of all, Russia doesn't leave people behind, but secondly, this is an acknowledgement that it was so difficult to get the United States to agree to release Viktor Bout in exchange for Brittany Griner. I mean, morally, they're two very different people. Of course, difficult to get the United States to agree to release Viktor Bout in exchange for Brittany Griner.
I had to rewind that part because it's hilarious because you hear him chuckle. He's like, they really exchanged an arms dealer for a pointless WNBA player. And the WNBA might get tanked because it doesn't support itself financially. It makes revenue, but not enough. Don't let me get into that, how dumb of an investment the WNBA is. And let me just get this part out the way too, going to Ecclesiasticus 25. Let's just start at 13 because these women deserve nothing but to sit their dumb asses at home, cook and clean, produce babies, and shut the fuck up. That's about it. Ecclesiasticus 25:13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. Right. Only a dumb woman would think to bring cannabis oil to Russia, not understanding the times that we're in and the tensions that Russia and the United States have. You're an idiot. That's what wickedness gets you. All right. Verse 19, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of the sinner fall upon her. Right. Let's just keep going to verse 24. It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin. Through her we all die. verse 25, give the water no passage, neither give a wicked woman a liberty to gad abroad. And 99.999999999% of women are wicked. And I'm being very merciful for even saying 99.99999%, because really it's 100% of you women that are wicked. But we got to say it like that because there are going to be some women who end up getting saved, okay? But don't mean they off. Shit, you know what I'm saying? So if she would have just been at home, I'm speaking about this stud, would have been at home, she wouldn't even been in this predicament, okay? All right, so let's finish this video real quick.
I mean, this is an acknowledgement that it was so difficult to get the United States to agree to release Victor.
Well, of course it was a difficult decision because it was an unfair trade. America got fleeced, all right? Tricked, bamboozled, fugazi, all right? This is the worst trade in basketball history and also in American history. To trade a Russian arms dealer. Matter of fact, let's see what an arms dealer is. An arms dealer, pretty much arms producing companies, also referred to as arms dealers, are as the military industry produce arms, meaning weapons, for the armed forces to arm themselves with weapons of states and for civilians. Department of Government also operate in the arms industry, buying and selling weapons, munitions, and other military items. So they traded that definition, for a WNBA player who brought drugs into another country. It doesn't sound like a good deal, all right?
Boot in exchange.
And that's why he's laughing.
In exchange for, Brittany Griner. I mean, morally, they're two very different people. Of course, Brittany Griner isn't exactly a sort of criminal mastermind. She was caught with traces of cannabis oil in her luggage, which she put there accidentally. Victor Bout, one of the world's most notorious arms traffickers. And so, even the Russians are acutely aware of the massive difference in the status of these two people. Nevertheless, he's back home now. He's with his family. Very emotional scenes that have been putting out on Russian television at the airport, Sarah.
It's an embarrassment. All right. So this is Joel chapter 3. Let's start at Let's start at 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up." Victor Bout going back home is drawing the men, or waking up the mighty men and drawing them near, okay? Bear with me. This is such a bad trade. That shit is hilarious. America's stupid. Isaiah 54 in 16, it says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth the instrument for his work. And I've created the waster to destroy." So these instruments get made and delivered by a man named Victor Bout, because America wants to trade that individual for a WNBA player. Guarantee you there's going to be a missile that was dealed or, whatever, by this dude Victor from Russia. This is a win for Russia, and I'm happy about it. I'm just pointing out how dumb America is. Joel 3:10, "Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord." So pretty much just wanted to, do some recent events, recent idiotic events that America has once again found themselves in because they're dumb, and trading an arms dealer for a WNBA player that nobody cares about or watches, So Lord willing, this was edifying, and it gives you understanding of how Victor going back to Russia can help prophecy, such as Joel 3, such as Isaiah 54, hopefully it brings edification to that. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Hakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Spread the Kasha until the next time. I want to say shalom. And like always, repent, for Yahweh Shai is coming back sooner than what me and you believe. Shalom.